I've been single for like 6 years. The longest relationship was about almost 4 years.
Were you married?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I'm gonna leave a small percentage because there probably really is good guys out there.
Yeah.
But then if they're the good guys, then they're boring. You know, it's kind of...
The sound for this video is no longer available, but basically there's a guy on this date with this girl and he said, "Am I getting laid tonight?" And she said, "No." And he said, "Fine, you're paying then." And she was like, "Are you serious?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Seriously?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Okay." Super quick public service announcement for all the self-proclaimed nice guys out there. If you are only nice to a woman because you want something in return, you are not a nice guy. I hate to break it to you. I'm literally so sick of this whole nice guys finish last thing. Do you know why some women prefer the bad boys or the guys that are mean to them? It's because at least they know what they're getting themselves into with them. With the nice guys, we don't know what we're gonna get. A lot of the times, these nice guys are some of the scariest people when they don't get what they want.
Stop praising your man for random things. Stop telling him how handsome he is, how amazing he is, how good looking he is, how nice he smells. We women don't know how to ask for things, so we give compliments to our man in the hope that he will return the praise. But he's never gonna do that. And it becomes boring when you praise him all the time. If you want him to give you any attention at all, then give him praise for what he does and not for who he is.
Women don't like good guys. Women like to fix and change things to something they deem compatible with them. Good men don't need no fixing and may want to change them. Women don't like change for themselves. Long story short, the bad boy will probably not stay with her long anyway, making what she wants irrelevant anyway. It's a relationship built around complete stupidity. It's in these women's nature to reject good guys. Not to mention, most of the good men have been ruined and become mental cases because of the women that have had the opportunity to sink their claws into them. So the pool of good men is getting smaller and smaller because the women around them have corrupted them. Then these women still have the nerve to complain about it. The trope of women wanting a good man has been etched into the guts of society for as long as I can remember. I always hear women saying that they just want a good man to whisk them away to untroubled waters where everything is perfect and they never have to worry. I'm here to tell you that this line of thinking is exactly what it is, a fantasy. I've been single for quite a while. During my teenage years, I developed social anxiety and had trouble breaking out of it to talk to people. I was self-conscious, but one thing I never stopped doing was observing. I watched others throughout my teen years, and even afterwards, when I grew out of my self-consciousness. And one thing that has always stuck out to me was that people in relationships constantly fought. Sometimes over the pettiest of things, and sometimes over some serious shit. And that always remained constant. It's been very rare that I've seen relationships where both people were constantly happy and with few problems. Relationships with constant issues here and there always remained constant for a while, until they either got married or reached a tipping point, and the couple split. It seems like women don't really want a good man, or that their idea of a good man is almost entirely based on how they feel, and not an accurate depiction of reality. When I picture a good man, I imagine someone who knows themselves, is mentally strong, honorable, virtuous, or honest, always trying their best, communicative, empathic, and committed to their values. In almost every encounter that I've heard about or seen, women complain about these types of men. They're too perfect. I've heard of some women dumping these men for that reason. Can you imagine? Too perfect? They're not a challenge. They do everything right, so there's no controversy. They don't make women wonder what they're going to do next. They leave nothing open to interpretation. No stone is left unturned. I've concluded that an actual good man is too boring for a lot of women, and they only say that they want someone like this when they're tired of being dicked over by men. What I believe is that women don't actually want good men. They want bad men who are occasionally good, or good men who are occasionally bad. When I was about 15 years old, I read something online about the roller coaster effect. This is strictly pickup artist stuff. But the person who wrote it said that the roller coaster effect is basically where you alternate between being a good guy and being a bad guy. So there's a range of positive emotions quickly going to negative emotions for a short amount of time, and then back to positive emotions. I'd never personally do this myself because this is overtly manipulative, but it strikes a chord with me that someone would need to be manipulative to attract a woman in the first place. That sort of led me to the revelation that women don't really want the nice guys and the good men that they claim to want, and also why men have been confused by hearing these things in the past. Being overly blunt here, women are basically slaves to their emotions, which is why overt manipulation works so well on them, and why the red pill and pickup artistry has risen in popularity among men. It works. The good men that they claim to want still fall short of being able to woo them for very long. I've known plenty of good men that have been cheated on or treated poorly by their partners, and I'm sure a lot of men have similar stories. I've also been studying psychology and relationships lately, and I found out that the key components of healthy relationships are trust, communication, honesty, and compromising. I was confused by these traits because they seem to contradict every aspect that a woman would find attractive in a man. Women in their 20s like bad boys because they are unpredictable, dishonest, mysterious, and unattached, which are the total opposite of trust, communication, and compromise. Plus, even by the time women reach their 30s to settle down with a nice guy, they don't even have the qualities necessary for a stable relationship, since they've been run down by the bad boys and are probably holding some grudges. It's like paying full price for a product that has been damaged enough to the point it is barely reliable. After hearing stories of how many nice guys have failed trying to build attraction with women, I've come to question whether the concept of healthy relationships even is possible. The concept itself contradicts female nature, and I've come to wonder if the psychologists, scholars, or whoever came up with these concepts even understand male and female dynamics. As said before, women are attracted to unpredictability and dishonesty because it brings them excitement and that emotional high that they crave. Where does that leave room for stability or a healthy relationship? Women's idea of communication is just her telling the man what to do, and if the man listens, she will lose attraction for him and see him as a pushover. Women get bored with honesty and predictability, and that is why nice guys always end up biting the dust and getting sloppy seconds. This means that pursuing healthy relationships with women is pointless, and there is no such thing as a healthy relationship, or at least not in the context it is implied. Anyway, that's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.